This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. In the early 20th century, there were many large summer houses built in our area for families escaping the urban heat. Let's now head to Springfield and visit one that is still with us and learn of its preservation and current use. Hi, Greg.
Welcome to Wonderwell Mountain Refuge. This is the retreat center for Natural Dharma Fellowship, a Buddhist organization based in Cambridge, Massachusetts, with satellites around New England. We are here in Springfield, New Hampshire, on land that was traditional to the Abnaki and Pennacook people, unceded at the time that the area was settled in the 1790s by the Philbrook family. Built from 1910 to 1911, Wonderwell was originally the summer home of Joseph and Nell Stoddard, a Washington, D.C. couple with strong family ties to New Hampshire and Vermont. She was a concert pianist, and he had successful early car dealership, the Cook and Stoddard Company, which specialized in Cadillacs. The original structure was symmetrical, with matching porticos on both the north and south sides. It expanded to the north in 1970s by the Alexander family to accommodate their bed and breakfast. The stone walls and formal garden walls were built by local masons and have remained largely intact and untouched until today. However, we have slightly modified the formal garden to include this fourth gate at the south end, so it can be used as a mandala for walking meditation. A mandala is a Buddhist symbol of both the cosmos and the self. Today, Wonderwell is a true mix of old and new. In order to come up to code, a major renovation of the building took over 4 years and in 3 phases. Here in the foyer, we can already begin to see the transition between the old and the new. This is the original door, entry to the main part of the house. And this would be an example of the workmanship that was done to bring it up to code, installing a new fireproof door. These exquisite tonkas lining the grand staircase are by the artist Joan Braden Price and were donated to us. They represent the 5 Buddha families. Prior to the renovations, Natural Dharma Fellowship applied for and secured a designation for Wonderwell on the New Hampshire State Register of Historic Places. This has allowed us to keep certain original details intact, like the grand staircase here in the foyer. The renovations included accessible bathrooms, an accessible guest suite, office space, the entirely new kitchen, and many unseen safety and accessibility features. We have 2 dining spaces for guests. One was the original formal dining room for the Stoddard family. The fireplace here is really only ornamental, not at all efficient, and likely wouldn't have been used to heat the house, as the house was mostly only used in the summer months. The back porch, named for Bob Morrison, a much beloved teacher for Natural Dharma Fellowship, one of the last parts of Wonderwell still in need of repair, is a favored spot. Our guests will eat meals here, weather permitting, drink tea, or just sit in silence and take in the sun setting behind the Croydon ledges in the background. We have a tea and coffee station in the former pantry, which originally contained a large, beautiful built-in oak-faced ice chest open to the outside of the house for ice delivery. We still have that in storage. We removed one staircase here to create an accessible entrance. Our modern office space is in what used to be part of the 1970s garage. This living room was part of the 1970s addition, and the fireplace here is more modern functioning fireplace but the stonework matches that of all the original fireplaces. Instead of numbers, our guest rooms are named. Our largest suite of rooms is the Vajra suite. Vajra means thunderbolt or diamond in Sanskrit. It is a powerful Buddhist symbol of indestructible wisdom and compassion. This is usually where our teachers stay during retreats. It can also be rented as a solo retreat space. It has a full kitchen, bath, meditation and discussion room, bedroom, a private deck space, and a view of Croydon Mountain, which is stunning. Formerly a bed and breakfast, Wonderwell became the Grace Children's Home in 1999. Run by a minister and his family, the home served as a way station for foster children waiting to be placed with families. What was the nursery of the children's home is now our accessible guest suite. The new restaurant-grade kitchen is in the section added to the back of the house during the most recent renovations. Here there is a new pantry, a new back staircase that leads to the guest rooms on the second and third floors. Wonderwell has 16 guest rooms on 4 floors, sleeping up to 30 people currently. Our larger dorm spaces have been closed since the start of COVID. One of our guest rooms, Sukha, meaning happiness or bliss, has a fireplace, so it was likely the master bedroom originally. The balcony above the meditation hall, or shrine room, is closed to the public, but contains the AV Tech booth, which we use to live stream our programs. One of the unanticipated changes brought by COVID, most of our retreats can be attended virtually as well as in-house. The online presence has really grown our membership, as people who don't have the means or ability to travel to New Hampshire can now join us on Zoom. The living room of the house was designed by the Stoddards to be a wide-open, versatile space for entertaining, which makes it a perfect meditation hall for us. The family would gather here to read, listen to music and poetry, or host dances and other performances. At one point, there were 2 grand pianos in here. Photographs also show a swing seat hanging from the rafters and a tiger skin rug bearing its fangs. Today, the only permanent fixture is our altar, designed by local craftsman and one of our members, Michael Lawrence. The statue is of Green Tara, our main deity at Wonderwell. Made of bronze, she was created in Nepal and shipped here by the founder and co-spiritual director of NDF, Lama Willa Baker. Lama means spiritual leader in Tibetan. Tara is also the mother of all bodhisattvas, or awakened one. She is a protective presence that represents the ideals of service and compassion. Sadly, Joseph Stoddard died in the last wave of the epidemic of 1918, and his widow, Nell, was forced to sell after the stock market crash in 1929. But the family's love and reverence for this special place still lives on.
Thanks, Greg. And if you're interested in the house and the lifestyle of those times, the family that built the house has produced a wonderful book about life at the time that is available at the house. You should check it out and buy one. When we return, Yankee Chronicle gets a look at what caregiving can look like when working with the Lake Sunapee region, VNA, and hospice. Please stay with us.